Hello everyone, welcome back to the Netbeans e-commerce tutorial series. Today I will present Unit 4, Design the Data Model. The purpose for this series is to help my students to understand how to use Netbeans IDE to build an e-commerce application. All materials in this presentation come from netbeans.org website. In this unit of tutorial, we will finish the following 4 tasks. First, we will identify entities for the data model. Then, we will create an entity relationship diagram. We assume that MySQL Workbench has been successfully installed in your computer since we will use MySQL Workbench to create the entity relationship diagram. Then we will forward the engineer to the database. Finally, we will connect to the database from the IDE. So first task is identifying entities for the data model. When we start a project, probably build a data model is the first step for designing the application, the project. In order to build a data model, first step we need to identify the entities. To identify entities, we need to follow the following 3 steps. First, we examine the use case. From the use case description, we isolate the lines. Then we need to determine which of those lines can be the entities of the application. So let us re-examine the use cases. Customer visits the welcome page and selects a product category. Customer browses product within the selected category page, then adds a product to his or her shopping cart. Customer continues shopping and selects a different category. Customer adds several products from this category to shopping cart. Customer selects view cart option and updates quantities for the cart products in a cart page. Customer verifies shopping cart contents and proceeds to checkout. In the checkout page, customer views the cost of the order and other information, fills in personal data, then submits his or her details. The order is processed and the customer is taken to a confirmation page. The confirmation page provides a unique reference number for tracking the customer order, as well as a summary of the order. Now, you might already notice that we already used the bold font to highlight those lines. However, we notice that the shopping cart is not needed since it provides the same information that the customer order provides once it is processed. So, after carefully examination, we will say we need the following 4 entities for this application. First is the customer. You see the customer show up many times. It does hold the information for this application. Then we need a category. You also see the category shows up several places, and we do need a category to hold the product category information. Then the next line is product. Product also show up several places. Then finally, we need to have an order. So we will have these 4 entities. So we finished the first task. We identified entities for the data model by examining the use case. Next task to finish is to create an entity relationship diagram. We will use MySQL Workbench to do the job. There are 4 steps to follow. First, create the forwarding schema. Then create entities. Then add entity properties. Then identify relationships between those entities. This is the MySQL Workbench window. If you click on this, you will see a new schema will show up. You click on this new schema, double click, you will see schema name. I type in forwarding. Then default creation, I will choose UTF-8 Unicode CI. Then I put a command says this is the schema used by a forward bin application. So you see the name changed. Now I click on this add a diagram. Then in this add a diagram window, I will choose to add tables, which add entities. Press a new table, you click on it, then click on here. Then you double click on this table, I edit this table's name, customer, right? Then I maybe expand here. Then you see that its correction is gamma default, ingest is InnoDB. Make sure this is choose. Then the commands you can put say this is maintain the customer details. Okay. So you finish the customer entity. Then repeat to do so. Next one, we can say the customer order. Again, this maintain the details of customer order. Okay. Then I add another one, which is product, and maintains the details of product. Then here, this is a category. Then maintain category details. Okay. Now, if you expand this full bin, you expand these tables, you will see the 4 tables have been created. Make sure you type all the name right. Customer, customer order, product, category. Yeah, we got everything correct. Okay, so we finish create entities. So the next step is add the properties to the entities. Okay, so let us start from customer. Use customer as example. Okay, I begin to add properties for the customer entity. You will add, let us put this back. Then click here. The customer has ID. This ID is a primary key. It's not long, and it's unsigned, and it's auto increment. Then the customer has name. This name is a char variable with 45 characters in maximum. So also it's not allowed. Then the customer also has email. Then this email is not allowed. Then customer also has a phone, is not allowed. Then the customer has address, which is not allowed. Then the customer has city region, which is not allowed. Then the customer has credit card number, which is not allowed. Now, after you do this, you maybe want to arrange it a little bit nice. Okay. Now you see all the properties of customer entity has been built. So now we finish the customer entity or customer table. We can finish the rest 3 by follow the same method. Now I want to pause the video, let you do this first, then we will come back. After you successfully build all these entity tables, you will get an ER diagram look like this. You will have 4 entity tables. Each entity table has several properties. Now we need to study the relationship between those entities. The data model must also indicate whether objects are aware of another. There are 2 kinds of awareness. One is directional relationship. For example, a product belongs to one category. That means the product contains a reference to category. Another relationship is bidirectional relationship. For example, a product belongs to customer orders. A customer order contains products. Reference correlated to foreign keys in the database schema. Foreign keys are added as new columns in the tables be linked. For example, a product belongs to a category. So a product is linked to the category. Or we say the product need contain a foreign key refer to the category that it belongs to. So this foreign key supposed to be category ID. In this relation, we also need to consider two other information. One is called cardinality, indicate whether the relation is one-to-one or one-to-many. Another information is ordinality, whether a reference between entities must exist in order to maintain the integrity of the model. In this affordable bin project, we need to be aware of two one-to-many relationships. First, a category must contain one or more products. Second, a customer must place one or more customer orders. Another thing is one many-to-many relationship, products and customer order. A customer order contains many products. A product belongs to many customer order. To implement a many-to-many relationship is not as simple as implement a one-to-many relationship. However, we can break down as two one-to-many relationship to implement. A third table is created containing the primary keys of two original tables. For example, customer order has a product table is the third table created when we try to build the many-to-many relationship between the customer order and the product. So this third table, customer order has product table, has the following three properties. First, customer order ID, which is the primary key of customer order table. Product ID, which is the primary key of the original product table. Then we need a third property for this customer order has product table called quantity, since the customer can specify the quantity for product in the shopping cart. So we should add a quantity column to the customer order has product table. Now, how this third table work? Here is the idea behind this third table. To determine which products are contained in a given order, the application's business logic can query the customer order has product table and search all orders records that matches our order ID. After you finish building the entity tables, your EER diagram should look like this. You will have four entity tables: product, category, customer order, customer. By the way, I type category 1, let change it. So the category table. Now we need to begin to build relationships between those entities. As we mentioned in PowerPoint presentation, there are three relationships in this affordable bin project. First is one-to-many relationship. We have two of them. That is, a category contains many products. A customer can place many customer orders. There is one many-to-many relationship. That is, a product belongs to many customer order. A customer order contains many products. So let's implement a one-to-many relationship first. So if you look at it, here is one-to-many. You double click it, then you first click on product, Then you click on category. Now you say the relationship is showing. The one product, one category contains many products. Now you notice there is a new column added in product table, which is category ID. This is the primary key of the category entity. Okay. Now let's specify the relationship. You double click on here. Okay. Let's change the relation. Caption is belongs to. Now, if you don't see the caption here, you probably need to go to preference, then click on the diagram. Make sure you check show caption box. Then click on OK. Now you see the relationship is showing. It says a product belongs to many products belongs to one category. Okay. Now let us look at the foreign key. Okay. If you look at this foreign key, you can expand here. Now this is called foreign key product category KTX. Now I want to change this, so I add it to the table. You look at the foreign key indices. I want to change this name. Now I just change it to as the same thing as your tutorial. Your tutorial says is F key product category. So I want to delete this part. Well, you don't have to, but I just want to go exactly same as the tutorial. Okay. So then I want to make this straight, look like a little bit more pretty. Okay, that's finish one one-to-many relationship. Now we can finish the second one by the same method. Click on one-to-many, then first click on customer order, then click on customer. So I have another sense here. Okay, one thing I can do, I click on this, then change the caption. This I changed is pressed by. Customer order is pressed by customer. Okay, so I change this relation. You also notice customer ID as a new column showing up in customer order table. This that means a customer order know it belongs to, it is placed by which customer through this customer ID. You also notice then here is the same thing. If the key foreign key is customer order, right? But I really want to change this foreign key's name here, indicated here. So I change it as foreign key according to your tutorial. Let's see if we specify the name. He just specified foreign key customer order customer. So I will do the same thing. I just erase it here. You don't have to, but I just want to do exactly as his tutorial. Okay, that makes this a little look better if you wish to. Now we finish these two steps. The next step, I need to build the many-to-many relationship between product and customer order. As we mentioned before, when you build a many-to-many relationship, it can be implemented by two one-to-many relationship. A third table will be added. How this happens, you don't need to worry. You just need to click on here. Okay, then you click one, for example, customer order, then you click on here. Now you see you have third table automatically created for you, and the one-to-many relationship between each of the orange table and the third table is built for you. So let us make this a little bit bigger so we can arrange it a little bit lesser, a little bit easier for us to see. Okay. Then I did implement this caption. According to your tutorial, he even don't want this caption there, so we just delete these captions. Okay. Then I also delete this caption. Okay. Now, what I did, I did indicate those names. That's what he want, the index name. Now you say this third table will contain customer order ID. Customer order ID. Then will also contain product ID. Okay. Now we need to add a quantity inside, as we mentioned before, because a customer knows how many things he bought for each of those products, right? So we need to add a quantity there. So I need to edit this table. You double click this table to add it. First, I need to add a quantity. So I type quantity. Then this is a small integer. Let us look at a small integer. You can type small, I believe. Yeah, small integer. Okay. And this is not allowed, and it's unsigned. Okay. So after you've done this, let us change the indices according to your tutorial. He really want to change this indices. One is FK, order the product customer order. So you will change call order the product customer order. I delete this. Okay, order the product customer order. Another foreign key name called order the product. Okay, so we change all those. Now, if you pay attention, I believe everything is exactly like your tutorial. So the final step, we add a load here. So if I want to add a load, I click on here. Then I type the text here. I want it a little bit bigger. I type a text. Here is note name. Well, we just say note. Then text, we can say data model for the forwarding application. Okay. Our next task is forward engineering to the database. We have successfully built a data model for the forwarding application. Now we need to incorporate this data model into MySQL database. We can employ MySQL Workbench to forward engineer the diagram into a SQL script, more precisely a DDL script to generate the schema. The relationship between a schema and a database is that a schema is a blueprint that defines the contents of a database. You can use the relationship between class and object to analogy. Let's do last two tasks for this unit. First, we forward the engineer to the database. Then we connect database from IDE. So from the MySQL workbench, click on the preference, click on MySQL, make sure default storage engine InnoDB is chosen. Then click on OK. Then go to the database, click on forward engineer. Then make sure the port number is 3306, username is root, and the password, if you're not sure the password stored correctly, you type mbuser like we assigned to MySQL Server root account. Then click on continue. Then make sure the drop object before each create object, generate drop schema, those two boxes are checking. Then click on continue. Now make sure export MySQL table objects box is checked. Notice you total have 5 objects. 5 objects should be all selected. Why we have 5? Because we have 4 entity tables: customer, customer order, product, category. Then we generate 5th table when we try to implement the relationship, man-to-many relationship between product and customer order. Now click on continue. There is SQL script. We trust MySQL workbench. We believe all those scripts will be correct. Then we click on continue. Then forward engineer finished successfully. We click on close. Now we finish the task, forward engineering to the database. Now we perform the last task of this unit, connect the database from IDE. Let's switch to Netbeans IDE. First, you make sure your server is run, right? Okay. Then you notice this driver. Pay attention here. This F4 connection is broken. So we right click on it, then click on connect. Ask you enter the password. Now when it's connected, you will see a F4 database. You expand it, expand the table, you will see category, customer, customer order has product, all those 5 tables are here. Those 5 tables are 5 tables we build in data model. Now if we expand the one table, for example, let's expand the customer table, then you will see the customer has property, ID, name, email, phone, address, city, region, credit card number, everything as we designed. Acknowledgement. This is the end of Unit 4. The next is Unit 5, preparing the page views and controller servlet. Again, all materials come from netbeans.org. If you have any questions, please give me an email. See you next time. Goodbye.